comes from far away. Special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. See, I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. We may be right, we may be wrong, but I wanna bring you along to the world I see, to the world we close our eyes to see. We close our eyes to see. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors
evening. Good evening. Good evening. All right, that's good. So thank you all for coming out tonight. We're going to get ready to start the program. As the graduates begin to process in, please rise to your feet. Thank you.
that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care if they call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. Special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. See, I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams
You may be seated. Good evening. I'm Dr. Vanessa Davis Warner, Director of Student Affairs. Before we begin, please take a moment to silence all cell phones. We would like to welcome you to the Fall September 22 commencement ceremony. This evening, we are the guests of Rising Star Baptist Church, and we are following their COVID guidelines outlined by their leadership. Everyone is required to wear a mask while inside the building. Thank you. At this time, I would like to invite Roshunda Martin, a tenured faculty member in the Dental Assistant Program, to come to the podium for the invocation.
All heads bowed. Lord, we just thank you for this gathering. We just thank you for this coming together, for this wonderful, joyous celebration. This celebration of graduation, we've made it to the finish line. We thank you, Lord, for this coming together. We ask that you just protect us while we're in this setting. Send your angels to cover us, oh God, by every exit, every entrance, oh God. We just thank you, oh God, for every instructor, every student, every faculty member, every family member that has come to celebrate these wonderful students on tonight, God. We just thank you, God, for the journey ahead, God. Open up doors, Lord, that no man can shut. Open up doors, oh God, in the dental assisting programs. Open up doors for surge tech. Open up doors for the RAD. Open up doors in medical assisting, oh God. And we just thank you, oh God. Build them up. Give them to know that there's somebody special. Thank you for the journey, oh God, that's to come, and give them to know that they're great. And these things we ask in your precious and holy name. Amen.
At this time, I would like to ask Mr. McMillan to come to the podium for the Star Spangled Banner. Please stand. That was amazing. Thank you. This evening, we are celebrating the completion of 40 dental assistant students, 63 medical assistant students, 3 medical office administration students, 9 radiology technology students, 24 respiratory therapy students, 60 practical nursing students, 2 surgical technology students, 24 dental hygienists, 13 physical therapy assistant students. This is a total of 169 students that have completed their programs from May 1st, 2022 through September the 30th, 2022. We are proud to share that our placement rates for our students getting jobs at completions for 2021 was 91% across all programs. Our program placement rates range from 94% to 100%. These metrics speak volumes to the leadership of the academic dean, the program directors, the external coordinators, and graduate specialists, and the faculty who work to educate them, find externship sites for them to demonstrate their skills and to get them placed in their career field. Tonight's celebration is truly a momentous occasion for all the graduates, their families, their friends, and of course, the Aurora Concorde Career College campus. The tenacity of these students is evident of their ability to stay focused on their dreams and their goals. I would like for the graduates to stand and applaud all those who supported them throughout their educational journey at Concorde Career College. Thank you. Dr. Wicke, would you please come to the podium?
Graduates, families and friends, neighbors and distinguished guests, we are so excited to be here this evening. I would like to begin by saying one of the most beautiful words in the human language as I get to introduce this amazing people that I work with, and that word is teacher. They are sitting behind me. Can you please recognize them? I wanted to be a teacher when I grew up, but I'm an administrator. How exciting is that? Staff members do not always get the recognition they deserve, so I'd like to take a moment and invite the Concorde, these different programs to stand if they are here. I would like to just tell you that many of them are not here because they're still at the campus doing their jobs, or they're helping in the parking lot, or they're helping sit you. So when you hear the department and you don't see anyone, please recognize that they did monumental work behind us. So those few who serve with me in administration, please stand if you are here in the room. Your applause is appreciated for them anyway. And it is not just Shelley and I. Financial aid and business office, please stand. Student affairs, please stand. They put this whole thing together for us. Academic affairs and office of the registrar. It is the last day of the month. They are busy working and probably will be until tomorrow. There is one more. Can you help me? There is so much sacrifice that is represented in this room, both among our graduates and those who are sitting here to support them. Sacrifice is key to anything that happened tonight. We have one person who really enjoys yesterday and today because they would normally be gone on some grand adventure because it is her birthday. And she is here because she loves you more than you know. So, Dr. Warner, will you stand up and I'm going to embarrass you. Can you please say, happy birthday, Dr. Warner. Will you please stand? If you had any interaction, Dr. Warner might have helped you keep your housing, find transportation, help you when you were sick. Thank you. And in fact, I would like to turn some time back to her.
This is the part of our ceremony where we honor our graduates serving in the armed forces and the individuals honorably retired or separated with a Remembering the Coin who served challenge coin. The use of the military coin was started during World War I as a general bronze medallion used to identify a military unit or squadron in the U.S. military. The coin has since evolved into an award for hard work, a symbol of places travel, or a keepsake exchange with all military members you've served with. Mr. Pearson. Dean Koo, will you please come to the podium?
Good evening. All of our graduates today have successfully completed extremely challenging programs, but we have some standout graduates, and I'd like to recognize them and honor them today. In recognition of distinguished academic achievement and high standards of academic integrity, Concorde Career College awards graduation honors to students based on a cumulative grade point average of 3.75 to a 4.0. Students wearing gold cords, could I ask you to please stand? These students have received our highest honors with a cumulative grade point average of a 4.0. You can't get any higher. Well done. Thank you. You may be seated. Students wearing silver cords, could you please stand? These students are recognized for honors having a GPA of a 3.75 to a 3.99. Thank you. You may be seated. And then students wearing the red cords, could you please stand? You might notice that those wearing the red cords also have either a gold or a silver cord. The two go together, academic achievement and leadership. These students are our lamplighters, our student leaders and role models on campus. To be considered as a lamplighter, the student must demonstrate excellence in attitude, attendance, leadership, and professionalism, and they must maintain a grade point average of a 3.5 or higher. Congratulations. Thank you, lamplighters. And can I finally ask our students wearing the red, white, and blue cords, these are, to please stand, these are our veteran active military students with the red, white, and blue cords. There they are. We are so proud of all of you, and congratulations for tonight. And now I'm going to ask Dr. Wiki to come up to the podium.
Thank you. It's my pleasure in everyone that we have here, distinguished graduates, to also let you know that we are very proud and blessed to have a few special guests here with us. So I'd like to recognize Senator Rhonda Fields, who represents the District 29 in the Colorado Senate. We are so fortunate that she is a friend, a very good friend of Concorde. Thank you. And also Dr. Joe Connor, retired professor of natural sciences. Dr. Connor is also a very good friend of the school. You have very good friends on your side. It is my privilege to just say a few words, and I will be quick. One thing that I love the invocation. She mentioned, please bless us, you, to know that you are somebody special. And in the world today, we are often told very much the opposite. So I just wanted to reiterate that. We sat in the nurses' pinning about an hour ago, and I was just so impressed. You came to Concorde for an education, and I am confident that we delivered a world-class education for you. You also became a member of a family, friends who we love and are honored for you to have come through our doors. So thank you very much. There are many people in the audience that are sometimes called the little people. And really, I mean little, like under 4 feet tall. These little people have sacrificed the past 8, 9 months, 14, 16, 18, 19 months, while their parents were off doing something that for them, they won't recognize how amazing that was. So for all those little people who went without a nighttime story, maybe without a solid, nutritious meal, will you stand up or hold them up so we can honor them? your parents, grandparents, uncles, aunts, whoever did this education thing for you, did it so that you could have a better life. It was a small-term sacrifice for a long-term future, and enjoy them back. I also want to recognize whom we already did, but I want to expand that. So any of you who have served in the military, the armed forces, will you please stand? Let us recognize you. Thank you. I am going to add to that. Will the spouses and children and family of those who serve in the armed forces please stand? We take education for granted in this country. I take it for granted. I work in it every day. It's a privilege for me. There are still many in this world who cannot get the education they desire. We are blessed, and thank you. Everyone who remained seated is a beneficiary of everyone who was standing. Thank you very much. And lastly, something that I learned out of COVID the last couple years. My wife has a lot harder job than I do. She is a middle school teacher. I don't know how she does it. Will anyone who is a teacher please stand up and let us recognize you for the amazing work that you've done? Very good. Now tonight we are celebrating the end of a journey, the accomplishment. I would just like to remind you and maybe speak to the opposite for a moment as a warning, and graduates, for maybe the one thing I have ever taught you. And that is, we need to learn to enjoy the journey. So often in sports, in some academic event, which you're familiar with, in some job we pursue, or in our home life, we look forward to the next thing. We are always looking forward to becoming a teenager, to learning to drive, being able to drive, to graduating from high school, to going to college, to getting a job, to having children, to the children leaving, to becoming a grandparent, to retirement. And all of a sudden life is over and we forgot to enjoy the journey. There was an amazing story. Let me try to find it here. I saved it. Story written in a magazine not too long ago, and I think it's amazing. While most people would agree that America's beloved national parks are full of natural beauty, other less outdoorsy types are left disappointed at what nature has to offer. In fact, some people have gone so far as to leave cynical reviews of their experiences online. We live in a world where you can rate everything. You can rate Concorde. You can rate where you ate dinner last night. You can probably rate your spouse. These people, we can rate the national parks. And this artist, after discovering one-star reviews for some of the most amazing places on earth, designer Amber Scher decided to create a series of travel posters for all 61 parks, featuring the internet and the visitors' funniest snarky comments. And I'd like to share those with you as a little bit of warning that we can slip into this part of life where we are cynical, where we see everything that's wrong, especially when we go to a healthcare profession and everyone we see is in pain and hurting. So if you will, let's take a look at, see what this first one tells us. Picture of the Grand Canyon. Many of you have been there. Amazing. One place singular in all the world. Someone had this comment: a hole. A very, very large hole. 1 star. In Joshua Tree, the only thing to do here is to walk around the desert. Death Valley, which my father, for whatever reason, thought it was a great place to spend Thanksgiving every year of my teenage years. I would not disagree with this poster and review. Ugliest place I've ever seen. However, there's some really nice places like Sequoia. There are bugs and they will bite you in the face. I didn't think we had to tell campers that. At Glacier, just a few states north, too cold for me. The name is Glacier National Park. Arches looks nothing like the license plate. People can find some problem in everything. The Great Yellowstone National Park. Save yourself some money, boil some water at home. Grand Teton, no cell service, terrible Wi-Fi. You're going to a national park. Zion's, all I saw was a lake, mountains, and some trees. I thought that was the point. Olympic, trees block the view, and there are too many gray rocks. And finally, oh, I can't remember where this one was, but apply it to any of your national parks. Scenery is distant and impersonal. No wow factor. And finally, White Sands National Park, literally miles of white sand. That's why many people go there. So, graduates, what would I have you learn from that? Everything becomes a challenge at some point. You spent a lot of time, effort, money, and your mental powers doing and learning what you're going to do maybe for the rest of your life. It is very easy for that to become second-hand, normal, every day. I would just like to ask you to remember that everyone who comes to see you is coming because they have an individual problem. They need help. They are hurting. That could be me someday. That could be your instructor. That could be any one of our children. So I would just ask you that as you slip into the very natural human behavior of one-star reviews, that you realize that this person who's sitting in front of you is one of a kind. Our admissions director, Mary Gordy, likes to tell our students, she maybe told you when they start the program, do you realize there is only one of you who will ever live on this planet? One of you who will make the difference and the change in the lives of the circle of people who surround you, and in your case, for the anonymous, numberless people who will wander into your clinic, hospital, or facility. I would just ask you to remember that that person, each one at a time, has some great needs, and you are blessed with the opportunity to change their lives. Thanks for changing ours. Congratulations. Dr. Warner.
Thank you, Dr. Hickey, for those inspiring and inspirational words of wisdom. At this time, it is truly my pleasure and my honor to introduce to you our guest speaker for the evening. Maisha Fields is a dynamic and passionate public servant, an alumni of Colorado State University and Azusa Pacific University. When asked what her calling was, she replied, "My passion is health, and my duty is to serve." Ms. Fields began her career as an intensive care nurse at King Drew Medical Center, located in the heart of South Central Los Angeles. In 2009, Maisha relocated back to her hometown, Aurora, Colorado, to help her mother, Senator Rhonda Fields, run for the state legislature and to build the Dayton Street Opportunity Center. Maisha serves as the executive director of the Fields Foundation, the Dayton Street Opportunity Center, a nonprofit in Aurora, Colorado, established after the horrific death of her brother, Maisha's only sibling, Gerard Marshall Fields. Gerard and his fiancée, Vivian, were murdered 30 days after they graduated from Colorado State University in relation to being a witness to a mass shooting. This is where she developed a sincere commitment to improving the lives of children and families who live on the fringes of poverty. She is the co-founder of the Dayton Opportunity Center and Don Clinic, providing comprehensive health and behavioral care to serve over 2,000 undocumented and uninsured patients in Aurora. She also serves as the Aurora Community Partnership Director for Salute Health Clinic, leading a collective impact project to improve the health, well-being, and the economic opportunity for poor, Black people, and brown people in the community of Aurora and Denver metro area. Maisha has focused her career on advocacy, trauma, and health equity. She is committed to being a visible role model for individuals interested in the healthcare profession. She has served over 15 years of experience as an organizer for Senator Fields and the political director for former Governor John Hickenlooper. Maisha has an exceptional track record mobilizing and organizing communities of color and winning competitive political campaigns and ballot measures. Maisha was honored by the Denver Business Journal as 40 Under 40. She received the Martin Luther King Humanitarian Award, 40 Under 40 in Public Health, and the Living Portrait Award from the National Negro College of Black Women. Maisha lives her life with vigor. She uses her hands to heal, her words to speak life and peace, and her feet to tread new pathways of hope, promise, and restoration to every child and family she encounters. Ladies and gentlemen, Maisha Fields.
Good evening. Are you guys excited? Are you pumped up? You should be, because you're graduates. You are graduates, and you made it. You did it. So I want you guys to get up on your feet, and everyone in the building tonight, let's celebrate these graduates as they trod a new future, a new pathway. Get up! I'm from the Black church. Let's clap our hands, say woo, 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 woo. I am so proud of every single one of you. Every single one of you. Congratulations, you did it. You made it. You're amazing. I'm honored. I am honored as a nurse practitioner to walk alongside of you as you take care of patients across this country and across this world. I'm grateful for you. You are my dreams coming true right now. Each and every one of you. I'm grateful how you have shown up in the world, for your family, for your children, for patients that you have yet to see and take care of. I'm grateful that each and every one of you look to your neighbor next to you. You made it through because of your neighbor. Come on here. You know there were some times you was like, girl, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. This clinical schedule, they got me going all the way to Colorado Springs. Who had to go to Colorado Springs? I had to travel long distances when I was training for school. But you all made it, and you made it together because you spoke life into one another. So congratulations. Everyone in this room is proud of you. You did it. Go ahead and take a seat. My name is Maisha Fields, and I am known as the Colfax nurse. I walk up and down Colfax every day, taking care of the most underprivileged, underserved community in this state. But I would not be able to do that work if I were not standing on the shoulders of the people who have come before me and standing on solid ground because of my ancestors. And so I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge my mama, Senator Rhonda Fields. Thank you for believing in me. When I started nursing school, I was pregnant. And I already had one baby at home. Now I have 4. And so my mother made sure that I was able to study for my NCLEX. She made sure I was able to get to every single one of my clinicals, and she was living in Colorado and I was living in Los Angeles. And my mother would get on a plane and fly back to California just to make sure I had the resources and the support to be successful. So for every mama and daddy in the house who had to show up to make sure these graduates had a successful pathway and pipeline, give yourselves a hand as well. And because I'm a mama and I have a 5-year-old as well, and I saw them running through the house, and they were like, "Mommy, mommy, look at me, mommy, mommy." Did you hear your babies calling out for you? They are so proud of you. And so thank you, Dr. Wiki, for paying close attention to the babies in the house who give us life and encouragement and say, "Mommy, you can do it." Just like we teach them when we're trying to teach them how to tie their shoes and not urinate in the bed. And then I must say thank you, thank you, thank you to our beloved Dr. Warner. Can we get up on our feet and give her a round of applause? Because she works hard for every single student. Even on her birthday. So thank you, Dr. Warner. I love you. I take my birthday off. It's a national holiday. So thank you. And I also like to say thank you to your phenomenal executive leadership team, because they make sure that not only do you graduate, but that when you graduate, you have a job. That's a big thing. There are so many students who graduate across this country and who graduate with degrees, and when they finish, they can't find jobs. I believe the placement rate is above 90%, which means every single one of you, when you graduate, you won't just have a livable wage, but you'll have a wage that will allow you an opportunity to own your own home, to build wealth, not just for you, but generational wealth. So thank you for what you do. All the staff, all the faculty who prepare each and every day for you. I appreciate each and every one of you for how you show up for students every day to ensure that when you show up at the bedside, whatever bedside or home care, wherever you are practicing, that you are delivering exceptional care. So thank you. Let's give your instructors and your faculty a round of applause as well. When I think about healthcare, and if I could sum it up into one sentence, I have to shout out, I'm sorry, I'm from the church. I grew up in this church. This is Rising Star Baptist Church. So I want to thank Pastor Jules Smith, the pastor and the great leader of this church. I want to thank Pastor Mays, I think is here as well, and Pastor Vernon is here as well. So thank you for praying for students. And this powerful woman of God, thank you for your prayers as well. And all my friends and my Auntie Pat, who's sitting right over here. When I think about how I came to nursing, it was a difficult course. It may have looked very similar to each and every one of you here today, or you may find some similarities in my story based on your own. But when I think about why I decided to do healthcare, it was not only because I wanted to help people, but specifically I wanted to help people make it through a difficult time. And that was interesting for me, because when you get into healthcare, you encounter all types of different people who are experiencing difficulties, trials, and tribulations. When you come into the hospital, you could be working with a patient, or even an outpatient setting, or a rehab setting, or even in the lab. And you can meet people who have been experiences and been traumatized by rape, by COPD, by cancer and heart disease and knee replacements and depression and suicide, and sometimes it's irritable bowel disease, and sometimes we don't know what is going on. But it is us, it is you that will be with that patient to help them walk through life. And so every day that we wake up, all of us as healthcare providers must have a sincere commitment to show up in the world as your authentic self. And your authentic self is what brought you to healthcare. It is your passion, it is your love. Which brings me to my first takeaway. Speak life into yourself. Tell that to your neighbor. It may seem a little vain, but every day that I wake up, I say, "Good morning, gorgeous." I say that to myself. I say, "Good morning, beautiful. You are so bright. You are so talented. You were created to do this work." And I'm telling you, it could be a whole month, and it would be my only self who's encouraging myself. So it's okay to encourage yourself. Because you could go all day long, especially in the healthcare field, where people are telling you, as Dr. Wicke pointed out earlier, there's cynicism. And they're pointing out what's wrong. And sometimes people can be very pessimistic. So every day that you wake up, and every day that you show up, speak life into yourself. Not only speak life into yourself, but write it down and repeat it. And don't feel bad about calling yourself out and how brilliant and talented and creative and unique and innovative that you are. Speak life over yourself. The next point I would like to give to you all is to be inclusive. And if you're inclusive, you will go further. There is a passage that I love, and it says that the race is not given to the swift or the quick, but to he that endures. How many of you have been through some stuff, some trials and some tribulations? You're like, "I don't know if I'm making it." Anybody ever had that feeling? I don't know. This may be my last day. I may have to be, count me out. I know y'all had them experience when a teacher told you, you ain't gonna pass. If you don't get it together right now, you're not gonna pass. And so you have had that experience. You've had that feeling, and you said, "I don't know," and you doubted yourself. And so in spite of the fact that you doubted yourself, you found everything within yourself, from your ancestors, from your family, from your children, from your passion, and you were able to endure the race so that you could win. Never give up on you. And remember, the race is not given to the swift, but to he that endures. Keep pressing forward. Keep preserving. Keep doing all that you can do to show up to be your authentic self. The next point I would like to give you all is to be gentle. Be gentle with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be willing to go through the process. So many times in life, we will overwhelm ourselves with negative thoughts of why I'm not good enough. We doubt ourselves. We look at things that are unreasonable. I was looking at a study. I do a lot of reading, which is something we should all be committed to do. But I was reading some things in the Advanced Practice Journal. It was talking about men who are really focused on their calves. And so they're getting calf replacements. Like, look at your calf right now. Anybody need a calf? No shame. No shame at all. But this is a new trend where men are looking at their calves and they're saying, "I need bigger calves." And so this is a new industry that is making a lot of money as it relates to cosmetic surgery. And I said to myself, at all the things I have to do in the morning, at what point in time in the day do I say, I need bigger calves? And the reason that we look at ourselves and we're so critical upon ourselves is that sometimes we find ourselves being so focused on the outside instead of the inside. So know that you guys are enough. You are enough. As my mother would say, you are kind, you are important, you are brilliant, and you are talented. She's told us that all the time. And so walk in that, no matter if you have big calves or little calves. All right. The next thing I wanted to say is commit to your race and don't give up. When I became a nurse, I was thinking about becoming a physician. And I was at UCLA, I was working, I have a degree in microbiology and biology, so I was working in a lab. And I was doing like PCR, DNA transposons, and I was just doing some stuff. I was killing every cell in the lab, I'm just telling you that. This is what happened. And so one day it was a really bad it was a really bad day in the lab. So I walked out of the lab and I walked through the School of Nursing. And I saw that nurses got their PhDs. And there was a woman named Dr. Marie Fangua. And she was doing research about cultural competency in healthcare and racism in healthcare, and does it make a difference to cardiovascular disease outcomes? And I sat there reading her research, and I was like, wow, nurses can get their PhD? Nurses can own their own clinics? And that's when I first learned the importance of making sure you have a hero and a mentor who you can look up to, who you can aspire to be like or to be better than. Because those individuals will invest in you, just like you all have invested in each other as colleagues. And so as I'm coming out, I'm like, maybe I should be a nurse. This is kind of a really cool idea as I'm reading about her research. And then someone in my family, when I shared my idea to them, they said, you want to wipe butts for the rest of your life? And I thought, that's not what I just read on the bulletin board. And so you also have to push beyond the negative people and the voices that are maybe in your mind or may even be around you. Push through the pain and push through the negativity. And then after that, my brother was murdered. And I had just applied to nursing school. And I was supposed to start 20 days after my brother and his fiance were murdered. And I asked myself, is now the right time? I was living in California. My brother was murdered right here in Denver on Dayton, the street that you guys just turned to turn into this church. My brother was murdered right there in a car 30 days after he graduated from college at CSU, he and his fiance, because he was a witness to a mass shooting. And so you all know how hard it is to get into nursing school, being put on wait lists. You're constantly thinking about the cost, 60,000, 50,000, 40,000, this zip code, this state, this country, where should I go? And again, I had two babies. One of them was 8 months old. And I said to myself, now must not be the time. I have to go home and help my mother. I'm an only child, my mother's an only child. Of course, I had a brother, but it was just the two of us. But somehow, some way, I dug deep inside of my spirit, and spirit told me, keep going, keep fighting, don't give up. And I continued to go through nursing school for 2 years, and during nursing school, had 2 more babies. But I made it, just like you all have made it. So don't give up. I don't care what kind of trauma you go through, what type of experiences you have, do not give up on you and the power of your ability to create generational change for your patients, for your families, and other students that you will train in the very near future. I am so proud of everyone here today. You are amazing. You are incredible. You were built for the road ahead, and I'm proud of you. Congratulations.
Maisha, you didn't disappoint. You were amazing, as always. Thank you. Well, It is now time for the presentation of certificates and degrees. Yeah. Would the candidates for the graduation from the Dental Assistant Program please stand? Ms. Ro Martin from the Dental Assistant Program, who is standing in for the Program Director for the Dental Assistant Program, please come to the podium to announce your students.
Faith Chantel Cardova Smith. Alexis Borrego. Luisa Rosendahl. Jimena Pinedo. Bryce Redmar. Lynn Harris. Selena Rowland. Carrie Oliver. Commander Woodall. Crystal Ray Phelps. Alexi Lene Martinez. Esmeralda Neva Cura. Marisol Flores. Jessica Cabos. Nayeli Gonzalez de Lara. Janet Felix. Beatrice Zagande Bicudo. Tyrese Bryant Curtis. Destiny Leclerc. Haley Fitch. Aaliyah Mace. Jeremy Edwards. Rashmi Irfan. Ifran Adan. Shara Grissing. Fasika Akda. Sophia Lawrence.
Would the candidates for graduation from the Medical Office Administration Program and Medical Assistant Program please stand? Would the Program Director, Veronica Weaver, please come to the podium?
All right, MOA. Oh, yeah, I'm okay. Can you hear me? Okay. April. All right, from our MOA program, April Blinky. Beverly Flores. Karina Garcia. And now from our MA Medical Assistants, Dalia Altiep. I don't know how to say that. I know you. Ayan Elmani. Nazreth Gebrek. Sorry, heading. All of you, just keep coming. Justin Diaz. Maria's Baena. Alem Gabriel. Sorry, babe, I don't know. You guys got it right. Laura Jimenez Valencia. Congratulations. Susan Anais Martinez Leon. Flor Mario Revilla. Sammy Demol. Rosemond Yaboa. Gitanjali Bandari. Shantara Evans. Christiana Martin. Emily Gonzalez Cervantes. Isra Ahmed. Tajane Renee. Yuderia Fierro. Sofia Gonzalez Cervantes. Daniel Dian Baca. Gerardo Redicop. Carla Ibanez Mauricio. Carmen Flores Medrano. Lisbeth Palomino Palicios. Sofia Horta. Maria Orquídea Moreno. Okay. Natalie Alondra Navarro. Eva Santoyo Villa. Desiree Herrera. Aaliyah Harden. Ewe Pa. Kayla Olives Villarel. Gazem Demirtash. Araceli Herrera. Nazeth Chavez Chaparro. Jordan Mestis. Carla Ramirez Hidalgo. Nicole Nunez. Sharon Morales Cortez. Urali Peraleta Acosta. Florence Niza. Berenice Herrera Romero. Stephanie Dorte. Nice, sweet girl. Sherilyn Holguin. Maria Stephanie Martinez. Leslie Barajas. Priscilla Arambula Rodriguez. Elizabeth Barrera. Alexis Bruce. Chloe Garcia. Aspen East. Alondra Gonzalez.
Would the candidates for graduation from the practical nursing program please stand? Jeanette, would the program director, Jeanette Rodriguez, come to the podium?
Carla Cano Diaz. Laura Mong. Bertha Mukonya. Alyssa Lovett. Jana Lay. Angelita Cedillo. Mulugeta Mehari. Meskerem Humo. Tell me. Fasika Altaseb. Annette Johnson. Christina Tapia Castellanos. Daisy Escalante. Lauren Coffey. Tiara Brigham. Araceli Lopez. Kylie Silcott. Kylie Silva. Ariana Vasquez Diaz Chavez. Viviana Gonzalez. Cassidy Minehere. Suzanne Harris, LPN. Siobhan Black. Ken Grimm. Purple Girl, Haven Kreitler. Janaea Johnson. Jessica Miller. Christian Tan. Michelle Curry. Leanne Wilmot. Kelsey Pierpoint. Leticia Legrand. Chevelle Chevy. Vroom Vroom Norton. Blessing Asaluka.
Would the candidates for graduation from the Physical Therapy Assistant Program please stand? Would the program director, Eileen Pass, come to the podium?
Okay, you ready?
I'm beyond proud. Corey French. Hannah Gores. Heather Dahlgren. Jordan Estes.
Makes it even more amazing.
Cameron Shadwell. Sorry. Cameron Shadwell. Alex Etzenhauser. Shaw Riskiza. Griffin Ritter. Sarah Krakoff.
Would the candidates from the graduating from the Radiology Technology Associate's Degree Program please stand? Will the program director, Wayne Stellick, come to the podium?
Lindsay Mize. Bree Folletta. Hannah Macycomer. Ron Shefflet. And TJ Seguccio.
RT. RT. Would the candidates for graduation from the respiratory therapy program please stand? Will the program director, Shane Pearson, come to the podium?
Bruce Hatcher. Kyle Yoder. Zachary Crego. Kayla Butters. Jonathan Flanagan. Sage Despirle. Devin Knapp. Raina Bowen Rivera. Faith Graves. Jesse Coriston.
And last not least, but with the candidates from the Surgical Technology Associate's Degree Program, please stand. Will the program director, Heather Biss, come to the podium, please?
Jacqueline Rodriguez.
Dr. Wiki and Dune Cool, please come to the podium.
Don't forget your mask. Would the graduates please rise? Dr. Rickey, the faculty, staff, and academic administration of Concorde Career College has determined that these candidates have fulfilled the requirements for their certificates and associate degrees with the recommendation of the faculty. It is my duty and honor to present them to you.
Thank you. By the power vested in me by Concorde Career College and the Colorado Department of Higher Education, and upon the recommendation of faculty, I hereby confer upon you your certificates and degrees. Graduates, you may now move your tassels from the right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the 2022 graduating class of Concorde Career College.
Graduates, if you can remain standing, and Buffy, if you could come to the podium to recite the healthcare creed.
Repeat after me. I solemnly pledge to uphold the principles and the purpose of my chosen profession. I dedicate myself to the welfare of those committed to my care. And always protecting the confidence entrusted to me. I will strive to elevate the standards of my profession and continue toward a goal of self-improvement. I will serve with loyalty, honesty, and compassion, abstaining from that which is harmful. In the service of humanity, I shall protect the human dignity of all individuals. Congratulations.
You may be seated. We have one of the very special guests with us tonight. I will be remiss if I did not recognize him because he is a supporter of the college, Dr. Thomas Mays. Audience, please remain seated until all the faculty and the graduates have exited the auditorium. Thank you for attending the fall September 22 graduation. Friends and family, please exit the sanctuary immediately following the procession of the faculty and the graduates. Please do not re-enter the sanctuary for pictures. We will all congratulate and celebrate with the graduates and their families on the outside of the podium. Graduates, would you please proceed up the steps following the faculty? Stand, 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 stop. Stop, stop, stop. Stand right there. Okay.
It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A dedication to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate and party with you. Come on now. Let's all celebrate and have a good time, yeah, yeah. Celebration. We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on. It's a celebration. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate. Come on now. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's all right. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's